Okay, people, welcome to another episode of the Apocalypse, blah, blah, fucking blah. All right, this really pissed me off when I saw this today, and a lot of things have been pissing me off lately. This woman, a Republican, which is a contradiction, anti-abortion, but not anti-concentration camp or masked men with machine guns rounding little children's up and zip tying them and all that. I guess what I'm trying to say is you MAGA folk, you Republican folk, you're naught but hypocrites. You argue in favor of concentration camps, of separating children from their fucking parents so they never see them again as a deterrent, yet you're out there preaching Jesus and talking about abortion. Amazing. Let me tell you people something. Class Rubes, every fucking body. This whole abortion song and fucking dance that we've been doing as if making abortions illegal, Class Rubes, liars, hypocrites, adjudicated criminals, only affects the poor. And that's why they want to make it illegal. That's why they've always wanted to make it illegal. Don't have jack fucking shit to do with Jesus. Obviously by their actions. Every day, by how they vote. Everything. Their whole hypocritical, wasted existence. Rich people, when they need an abortion, hypocrites, liars, criminals out there, disingenuous cunts out there, they just fly somewhere where it's legal. And you all know that. So please, stop pretending you're about Jesus, because you never was, son. How do I know that? You voted Donnie shitbags. That's all I need to hear about you. Don't need to know your name, nothing else about you. Don't want to know you. So, making abortions illegal only affects the poor because they need a slave force out there. The rich, they just fly wherever. When their daughter gets impregnated by the lawn boy or the pool boy, well, you know, she just goes away for a little bit. They take care of it on a flight. And they come back and everything's fine. Oh, and hypocrites, liars, rubes, disingenuous cunts. Donnie's paid for abortions. I promise you. You stand for nothing, you believe in nothing, and you've given your country and the world over to Satan, son. That's all you've done. What is this woman doing? Arguing for the rich that hate her. Arguing for the Reich that hates her. Arguing in favor of Jesus and anti-abortion. Meanwhile, concentration camps and rounding up little children is okay. And having a pedophile as a president, no problem. Right, Roops? What is she really doing? Helping out this Nazi Reich right now. Any Republican in office of color, what are you doing right now? You already wasted your whole life fighting for a team that hates you. Racism has been an integral core part of right-wing politics in this country. Everybody fucking knows it. You know how I know it? Rubes? The Klan always votes our son. That's how I fucking know it. So please, don't say you ain't racist. Don't say you ain't Nazis now, because Leon did the Nazi salute. I'm going to show it to you again. Right on Inauguration Day, to kick this whole piece of fucking shit off. So this is what she said. Miss selling out her people. And that's really, no, before I read this, that's what I need to say. Because that's what this video's about. It's a shame that I have to, look at the color of my skin. I have to advocate for your fucking people. Because you selling out for a Reich that will turn on you, son. every one of you, every Latin ICE agent, every black ICE agent, every black congressman, senator, state representative, lieutenant governor, don't matter. They hate you. They've always hated you. That's why the Klan votes are. In other words, why do people that aren't from your race need to advocate for your people? Why aren't you doing it? Oh, because you sold out for a nice house and, a nice place in society. That's why. You, the Latin ICE agent that's rounding up your fellow Latin people, who votes Republican, what the fuck are you doing, son? Again, did you see the Nazi salute on Inauguration Day? All of you. That Latin gentleman, I showed you the piece of footage in the post section, all two of you that saw it. Talking shit to the Latin ICE agent. You selling out your people. What are you doing? Of course, the cunt ran away. Because he knows what he's doing. Just like this woman knows what she's doing. They hate you if you are of color. This Reich. I'll give you the Federal Reserve for an example, okay, Rubes? Adjudicated criminals as well, who run websites. The Federal Reserve. Donnie obviously can't stand big bad Jerome Powell, who is white. He has the power to fire Jerome Powell, but he won't. So who did he fire? Oh, a black woman that sits on the board. Not the white guy who he's been talking shit on every fucking day. First to go was the black woman. Then she went to court, got her job back. Then they appealed, and she lost it again. A woman that kinda, looks like this woman. And this woman right here that you see in the picture is literally advocating for the Reich that got rid of that black woman on the Federal Reserve and not the white guy in charge of it. That Donnie talks shit on all the time. That's one example of a million. We all know what this is. We all know what it's about. You people of the ethnic minority, what the fuck are you doing going along with this? You're selling out your people, that's what you're doing. Why? Because the Reich fucking hates you. They are Nazis. They believe in Nazism. Hence Leon's Nazi salute. Hence Donnie's on July 4th. Hence Stephen Miller literally copying Goebbels. Meanwhile, you have women like this helping their own people's demise by bringing up abortion. So this is what she said. Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, in a 2022 interview, warned supporters of reproductive rights that one day it's going to be your turn. No, son. One day it's going to be yours. Why? Because you are advocating for a Reich, and once they are comfortable, and that won't take very long, son. Yes, I'm calling the Lieutenant Governor's son. You will be eliminated by the Reich. Remember when this whole thing first started? The team that was discussed running shit at first was Donnie, Leon, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Where's Vivek now? Leon got in. Donnie got in. Where's Vivek? I wonder why Vivek didn't make the cut. I wonder why. So no, son. One day it's going to be your turn at the hands of the Reich. Why? Because you ain't white, son. That's why. And you know it. And for a nice house and a little bit of status, you sold out the entirety of your people. Oof. Christians, Jewish people, ethnic minorities, they will turn and are turning on all of you. That's what a Reich does, son. You know why, class? It's a real simple answer. Because any Reich in the image of Adolf Hitler is purely of fucking Satan, that's why. Who does Satan hate? Christians, Jews, ethnic minorities? When it's tied to white nationalism and white supremacy, which it's been tied to, Satan's been loving that since the 30s at least. All over it. I knew that even before I found God. So no, son. One day it's going to be your turn at the hands of your own people. And by your own people, I mean the Reich that you're helping get nice and comfortable and get further along. So again, true Christians out there, if you really think you are one, Jewish people, all making deals with the Reich, all helping it get more comfortable, get further along. Ethnic minorities in ICE, as lieutenant governor, in GOP politics. You have helped your own demise along. You rubes in general that voted for all this, you have helped your own demise along, and the rest of us as well. I can't believe this. Shilling for a party that only cares about giving tax cuts to wealthy people, giving all the money to wealthy people, giving welfare to billionaires, putting kids in concentration camps and shit, separating them from their parents till they get caught, then they pretend like they weren't doing it, didn't continue to do it, and then they go right back to it a millionfold once they come back into power. Let me move on. Again, another great example here. This is Donnie Shitbags with all the gold behind him. Real Jesus-y kind of guy, right, Roops? Never mind that letter to Epstein with the young girl's body around it. Never. Just sweep that right under the rug. Jesus. We have someone from Somalia telling us how to run our country. Would you like her back? Trump is referring to Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Well, I knew that. Just a bit of casual racism from the White House, from the Oval Office, son. Bedecked in hideous gold. Spray paint, that is. President Trump says he was talking to the president of Somalia and said, he said this to the president of Somalia. And, you know, it just so happens that the target of the animosity rubes by your orange diapered messiah is directed at a woman of color. Again, I wonder why he brought her up specifically. I wonder why. Maybe you know. Again, just further proves my fucking point. These people will turn on all of you, and it don't matter if you got a D or a fucking R next to your name. Do you think Adolf Hitler gave a fuck if you supported him? If you'd weren't the right complexion, son? No, you were just as worthy of the gas chamber or the camps as anybody else. That's what this cunt don't understand yet. She will, though. Don't worry, you all will. You all thought you were on the team, I know. Well, Donnie gonna get rid of all of you before the man gets rid of him. That's what you got to look forward to. All you people going along. Where's George Santos at these days? Oh, that's right, he in goddamn prison. Because he ain't the right complexion, son, and he didn't have $2 million to buy a pardon. Yet he had no problem making that white supremacist hand sign on the floor. Why? Because he thought it would get him money, power, fame, everything he desires. Meanwhile, Mr. Santos, what's he doing with his existence? He's selling out his own goddamn people. And he knew it. Look where it got him. Doesn't seem like the right cares very much about Mr. Santos, does it? Or Mr. Vivek anymore either, huh? Wonder why that is. Sorry, I just got an itch on my cheek every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Asking the president of Somalia, the president of the United States, if he can take Ilhan Omar back. And I don't care what you think of her. We all know why. Just because of the color of her skin, that's all. Scoop, Apple quietly made ICE agents a protected class, and this is how they did it. Same thing Google gonna do. That's the adjudicated criminal Google, by the way. And they shouldn't mind me saying that about them because they had no problem defaming me and calling me a scammer, which I may sue them for eventually. I don't know. It depends if we ever get out of this. We probably won't. And their business will be gone by then anyway. Internal emails show tech giant used anti-hate speech rules meant for minorities to block an app documenting immigration enforcement. Oh, you mean the Gestapo? Because they ain't just grabbing illegals, son. They've been grabbing a lot of U.S. citizens lately. Even shot a woman like 5 times the other day and lied about the whole incident. Using rules regarding hate speech against minorities as a justification to get rid of the app. That tracks ICE. Pretty much the thing many websites are doing now. Google used, the adjudicated criminal Google that is, used the excuse that, making fun of Stephen Miller is wrong, so we got to alter our AI to, stop certain search results regarding Mr. Miller. The Nazi that would, if he had the chance, gas the head of the company for the color of their skin. Yeah, I'm talking to you, son. You know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. Isn't it incredible? May actually do that one day. The Reich might do that to you, son, too. I'm trying to warn you, even though you don't deserve it. Don't deserve it at all. Good luck with that. Because the only acceptable race to the Reich but you all know this, and you're all going along for that nice house, that nice life. All of you. Head of Google, all of you. It might really come back to bite you in the ass. Everything else I said before the election, and all those lawsuit videos you guys watched, it all came true, son. Every bit of it. So I guess what I just said gonna come true too. And you know what, son? I don't give a fuck if you ban me for this. You already have. You know what, son? You helped it along. You gave it money. You preached its gospel. You took the money from Russia. You allowed them to preach that gospel on your website. You know where it's going to end ultimately? With you in a camp. at the hands of the people you helped. I'm telling you directly, son. And your money ain't gonna save you. Sorry. You made it happen. You voted for it, made it happen, gave it money, preached its gospel for 20 years. That's after you guys stole a bunch of copyrighted work and built a website on it. By Hillary Clinton, the person, the adjudicated criminal, allowed to be demonized on their website for 20 years. To the point our country's over and their business will go away, and, the head of the company might end up in a camp. Because he's the wrong complexion. He made it happen. Guess he shouldn't complain, huh? When they come a knocking. Children around the world have died because Trump and Musk needlessly destroyed U.S. aid. These are some of their stories, and this is an article by the AP, and I've been telling you about this since Leon with the chainsaw and the, cunt that protects pedophiles online, Mr. Big Balls, when they did all the cutting. I told you little children were going to die, Roops. You didn't care. But you care about abortion, though, right? Sure you do. Sure you do. Starving children screaming for food as U.S. aid cuts unleash devastation and death across Myanmar. Again, for all the disingenuous cunts on the adjudicated criminals website that are going to come, all two of you. Since I'm in a little corner now, not allowed to broadcast. All these cuts are horrible. And I know what you're going to say. Because you're that predictable, malleable, and useless. You're going to say, we can't help the entire world. Really, son? I had no idea. I thought we had endless resources. No, I do know that, son. With your disingenuous ass. But we can help some people. And we were. Very godly, Christ-like thing to do. That was wrong in your eyes. I wouldn't want to be you when the man comes around. All that abortion talk and trying to protect the unborn children, worthless! When you doing this, son? Goddamn worthless. But you keep Jesus on your lips and you keep talking about abortion till the Antichrist takes you all the way to the fucking abyss. You will do that. I already know. I already know that about you. And it's too late. The abyss a coming. And Donnie leading you all there. I'll be dead by then. I'm irrelevant. You won't be, though. Good luck. J.B. Pritzker, a real leader. And if you're going to call him a fat ass, I guess you got to call fat ass Donnie one too, huh? It's unconscionable. This has never happened before. They're calling out troops onto the streets of a state that doesn't want them, and they're not even telling us where they're going to go, what they're going to do. This hasn't happened, I don't think, since the Civil War. Indeed, I've been wanting to talk about this. I'm so glad Mr. Pritzker brought the Civil War phrase up. What you are witnessing right now is a civil war. The traitor states like Texas and others, and again, that doesn't mean everyone in Texas is a traitor, just your government. The ones that are part of the Reich. You know who they are. All the traitor states, the ex-slave states, are offering their military to be deployed in other states. Does you know what you calls that, son? That's called civil war. Directed by a Russian asset who you voted for, named Donnie Krasnov. an intentional civil war. And eventually what they're going to do is they're going to gather all our social media posts and they're going to name and label everyone that's not down with the Reich and not down with Satan. You know, like the Rubes are. And that's going to be how they differentiate between pro-Reich and anti-Reich. I was wondering how they were always going to do that. Because people don't walk around with signs saying Democrat, Republican, you know what I mean? That's how they're going to do that. Like I've said many, many years ago, all this social media activity, all you've been doing this entire time is building a dossier for the CIA. That's all. Now you've built a dossier for the Reich to come after you. That's all you've been doing this entire time. That was the point of it, son. That's probably why the CIA gave Zuck a ton of money. I don't have evidence of that. I just know it. No evidence. I just know it. Fucker came out of nowhere. Rich overnight. We've seen that before many times. In America especially. And then we find out 20, 30, 40 years later, they were CIA the whole time. That the CIA funded the whole thing to mold culture. It's just a guess of mine. So Civil War again. What you're witnessing right now is a civil war in progress, where traitor states offer their troops to go invade other states. You're watching it happen. It's already happening. An actual civil war like the old one, like the traitors from the South that tried to overthrow our government just so they could have slaves and save all the rich slave owners a lot of money. Because again, they still would have been rich without the slaves. They own the plantation. That wasn't good enough. And it's like the oligarch, Greasy Pete, Thale, Donnie, 100 billion, 500 billion, not enough. They always want more. Purely of Satan. That's where that comes from. I'm sorry, son. I hit the point where I got 100 billion. You know what I'm doing? Retiring. Probably wouldn't leave the damn house. Or excuse me, the compound. Ever. That's what I'd be doing. Not trying to build a Reich with welfare money given to me by a government. Like Greasy Pete, Thale, Altman, all of them. All welfare queens. Although I like Altman the best out of all of them. Even though he's making the image for Donnie that you'll be asked to worship. Altman's the most tolerable. And I could tell Altman really don't like Leon. Random commenter. Yeah, I guess we're way past the point of Donnie was joking, right, Rubes? But you'll still say it. Just like you said it 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Donnie was always joking, right, when he said these horrid, evil, satanic, disgusting things, right? It's going to be hard to say that Trump is joking about jailing his political enemies when he's already trying to jail his political enemies. Yeah, the crazy guy in sunglasses that's been yelling for 10 years, off and on, that he's going to do this. I guess he ain't so crazy. He's already doing it. How much should Fox get sued for this time? Again, and the reason I'm showing this because I want to make a point. And the point is, like I've said so many times, you fucking rubes out there, so sad. This is what you gave away your country for. But this isn't the real reason. It's what's underlying. You get to go after the people you don't like of darker complexion. That's really what you about. Still, you gave your country to this. Mr. Waters having the same man in a mask 3 different times representing 3 different alleged groups, one being ex-Antifa. Antifa never existed, idiots. One being a terrorist, and what was the other one? Ex-gang member. Same guy. And he looks white. So you have a white Islamic terrorist, you have a white ex-gang member, you have a white Antifa member, all masked. On Jesse Watters' show, I wonder what the mask was required for. Oh, to pull this bullshit piece of theater over on you. You poor geriatrics out there. You really believe this stuff. That's why your country's over. But I know all the money in the bank you have, it's going to save you, right? From feeling this. This Reich, where it's going. Oh no, Donnie going to steal that, son. You didn't know? I did before you voted for him. And then he's going to offer you a worthless Donnie coin. For a small oath. Unbelievable. Fox News again settled a defamation lawsuit to the tune $750 million fucking dollars. Why? Because if it would have went to court, they would have owed $5 billion. That's why. That's what level cunt liars they is. 750 million, son, for intentionally lying. Not unknowingly lying, intentionally lying. Didn't even make it to the gavel. Because they were too scared to. That's how guilty they were. Again, son, a shame you gave away the empire for these cunts yelling in your ear every day. Lying they fucking ass off. This is a perfect example. And yes, this is the same person in all 3 photos, and it's fucking obvious just by the eyes. Go look for yourself. You'll find it. It's all over the place. Trump's America, again, when you rubes, when you Christians all, and I'm a believer saying this, son, but I ain't like you. I really believe. I don't know what you people believe in. I guess you believe in this, what I'm about to show you. You voted for them those little childrens to starve. Fuck your Jesus talk. Fuck your abortion talk. You don't believe in a damn thing, son. Nothing. Fuck your Jesus talk, your abortion talk on this. Where's all the Jesus people about this? This is okay, right? Because it's on your team? Team Satan, that is. That's one priest being assaulted. There are at least 2 more that I know of. You voted for the church to be persecuted. You voted for children to starve. You voted for the end of your business. You voted for the end of our empire. You voted for the end of the world. You voted for the fucking apocalypse. You voted for Nazis. You voted for Satan. I know it's just politics, right? No, it never was, son. It was our future. Now we have none. Thanks to you. Trump's America. Where real Christians get assaulted, fake ones go on Fox News. Defamation Central. You made this happen. This has been going around a few days. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it. Then I watched the clip. You need to watch the clip as well. Mr. Miller, the ghoul who feasts on the bodies of the dead, gave the whole motherfucking game away. And he realized he did. And he said something that wasn't meant to be unleashed or invoked until later, and he realized it. Stephen Miller was asked a question about the president's authority. He gave a short answer, and then he went into something about the 10th Amendment or something, 10th something, and he said the president has plenary authority. He said a few more words, and then he caught himself, and he just, son, he froze like a deer in headlights. He realized, oh shit, I just gave the whole game away. And I wasn't supposed to say this yet. I swear to you, in mid-sentence, he stopped talking. He got a scared look on his face. The reporter from, it looks like CNN, was like, Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller? Can you hear me? Mr. Miller? This went on for about 10 seconds. He froze like a literal deer in headlights after he said that little plenary authority comment. I knew exactly where he was going, what he was talking about when he said it. Maybe you don't. Look up the word plenary authority, figure it out, son. And when he froze for 10 seconds, I was like, oh. The ghoul didn't want to reveal that yet, even though I knew it was always going there. What Mr. Miller, the ghoul is arguing for is a dictator or a king. And I guess Mr. Miller felt it was a bit early for that argument. He didn't mean to do it. Amazing piece of footage. I've never seen him so scared, son. Why are they scared when they make those fuck-ups like that? When Donnie, in a Dimension moment, says, we need open borders right in the fucking White House, and no Rube says a damn thing. They give the game away. They don't mean to. Why does that scare them? Because, son, like I've been telling you from the beginning, they walk in a real fine line here between full Reich and pitchforks and torches coming for they ass. And they know it. That's why they've been slow walking it the way they have. As fast as it seems, it's still slow for them. You heard Donnie last week, whenever it was. Pam, we're wasting too much time. You've got to arrest my enemies. In other words, we always planned to do it, Pam. I don't want to wait anymore. Stephen's just as eager. And he fucked up. And he stood there like a deer in headlights. As the reporter said, you still there, son? My point is, when a ghoul like this uses the phrase plenary authority, what he's trying to say, even though it was early, he didn't mean to, he wanted to save that for later. He's saying, Donnie's a dictator, he has a right to be a dictator, and we're a dictatorship now. Mr. Schiff commenting on this. Post by Donnie here at the bottom. From today, I believe. Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. So a mayor, liberal governor that he's been basically assaulting with the military. This whole city. They should be in jail. Not the guys in masks with machine guns rounding people up. No, they shouldn't be in jail. Not the convicted felon who was best friends with Epstein, best client, adjudicated rapist, fraud, defamer. He shouldn't be in jail. Right, Rubes? This is why your farm's gone. I'm breaking it down for you. Pritzker and the mayor of Chicago should be in jail. That's the logic we're running with in MAGA world, huh? We've been running with that for 10 years. And even before that. That's why your country's over, son. And it's never coming back. I promise you. And I ain't Alex Jones. You wish I fucking was. Adam Schiff says, another day, another presidential threat to jail two of his political opponents. What will it take for Republicans in Congress to speak out while we still have a democracy left? We don't have one left. Long over. How do I know? Donnie's openly saying, I want to put in jail the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois because I don't like them. And they're not running with me and my military takeover of the United States using their own forces that they pay for. Do you know how lost, twisted, and backward you are, son, if you're down with this? Do you know how of Satan you are, son, if you're down with this? I don't care what your political beliefs are. Goddamn irrelevant, son. The man don't give a fuck either. And he don't look at it as just politics. When kids starve, when your own military's turned against you because of robbery and greed at the top. Meaningless, irrelevant. And for those of you in the Reich, I was just following orders. That didn't work at Nuremberg, and that sure as fuck ain't gonna work with the man, son. Oh my God. So, is Donnie joking here, Roops? About locking up the mayor and the governor? You would like that, right? Because the whole slogan the first term was lock Hillary up for no fucking reason, no crimes, nothing. Same thing with these two. Meanwhile, Donnie's a convicted felon, no problem, vote for him. Oh shit, he wrote a birthday card to Epstein with a little girl on it? Vote for him. Concentration camps? Masked men with machine guns rounding people up? Our own military deployed against us? I like it. You know who don't like it? The man, son. That's gonna be a rough moment for you. So is he joking? It don't sound like he's joking to me. And I know them concentration camps and masked men beating people, shooting people with pepper balls, attacking priests, all kinds of great stuff. Smashing glass windows all over babies. All great stuff, right, Roops? Say that when the man's in front of you. I dare you. I fucking dare you. How it started, how it's going. This is brilliant. I love this. Brilliant work. First, MAGA beat cops. Then they beat democracy, the Constitution, and the Statue of Liberty, son. That's all MAGA is. Hypocrisy, lies, violence, threats, intimidation, Reichery, rubery. Hey, don't worry. Donnie's going to put on some bread and circus at the White House. We're going to have literal modern-day gladiators that beat each other, into unconsciousness or death with their bare hands on the White House lawn for all your rubes. I'm sure that will make the loss of your farm worth it, right? I'm sure. This makes the loss of your farm worth it, right? Right, Rubes? I'm sure it does. This was Inauguration Day. So, again, I take no one seriously that doesn't understand this is a Reich. These are Nazis. If they dare say someone's being dramatic by calling them Nazis, I don't take them seriously. You're automatically written off. I want nothing to do with you. Why? Because you're preaching Satan, son. You arguing for Satan. How do I know? That's how I know, son. That's why I can be so confident in my convictions. I didn't do the Nazi salute. I didn't ask Leon to do it. I didn't ask Donnie to do his on July 4th. I didn't ask them to do it in public in front of cameras. Not my fault, son. Not my fault you voted for Nazis. Not my fault you voted for Satan. Only yours. After people begged you not to. But you knew better. Again, don't anyone dare try and make an argument to me that these aren't Nazis. I knew about Nazism before 10 years ago. I knew about Mein Kampf and Hitler and what he did before 10 years ago. That's why when I saw all these cunts and their movement, I knew exactly what it was. Sad the Rubes didn't care. Sad the Rubes are still down. The man will not be pleased. So are we being dramatic when we call them Nazis? What do you think? Are we being unfair? There's your answer. Are we being mean? You know what's mean, son? Standing up in front of the whole world and making that goddamn gesture of pure Satan. That's mean. Why? Because people lost relatives to that fucking sociopath that is now swimming in fucking hell called Adolf Hitler. People died. Whole families got wiped off the fucking earth. And you dare glorify it. You dare. And you dare say we're being dramatic, son, as you part of this. How fucking dare you? And the man will not be pleased. I don't think we're being dramatic. I don't think we're being unfair. I didn't ask him to do it, son. Ain't my goddamn fault if you don't like what I'm saying. You part of this, whether you like it, admit it, acknowledge, doesn't matter. And you will be held responsible. And forget about this bitch-ass realm right here. Over. Stick a fucking fork in it. I'm talking about being really held accountable. Kind you can't escape from. One more time, look at this. I want people to never fucking forget this, because this was the opening symbol of the end of the world and the end of our fucking country. Because of one fat cunt on welfare. Still on welfare to this day. Only profits that cunt ever fucking made in his life. And he took your money and he did that with it. And you liberal people that thought he was down with the environmental stuff and all that, and you bought these Teslas, this is what he did with your money. And he called you an asshole at the same time. And he calls you evil. He calls your party the party of murder. Meanwhile, this fat, pasty cunt, taking all that welfare, getting fatter and fatter by the day. Getting surgery on his face, all kind of great stuff. Hair transplant. All with your money, son. Every penny of it. This is what he does. And then he calls you an asshole. You liberal who bought one of his cars over the years. And he starts a Nazi Reich. He finances it. And then they tell him to fuck off. This is Donnie's Reich. What have I been telling you, cunts? Greasy Pete. Leon. You think you can leash the beast, son? You think your money buys you that power? I've been saying it again since before the election. None of you cunts can leash this thing. And I know you think JD and you, Greasy Pete, and Leon, you're all going to take over, right? Oh, you're going to be so disappointed. And no, Pete. Greta Thunberg isn't the Antichrist. Donnie is. And you're one of his right-hand men. And Pete, how'd the last Reich end up? You're in the Reich, Pete. You're in the current one. How'd the last one end up? And Pete, unfortunately, Donnie's got the blessing. Not you. Not Leon. Leon's got the lesser blessing, false prophet. You're just kind of a third wheel asshole with grease on your face. And you don't have the blessing, son. Donnie does. That's why your man Leon ain't around no more. And that's why Donnie had to let him know, I take that welfare away, you go back to South Africa with nothing. All of you cunts with money, heads of the companies, CEOs, oligarchs. I've been telling you for a long time, you can't leash this motherfucker. It's the beast, son. You think you're more vicious, vile, evil than the beast? You think you're more calculating? You think you're a bigger liar? You think he would give any power to you people? You thought you were going to pull one over on him? Him and Satan? The couch fucker, Greasy Pete, and the Nazi salute guy, they gonna be real disappointed. Sorry. Here's another priest, and this one was bad. Not that the other first priest getting sprayed with mace. And I saw another video the other day of a ICE person, a young woman was just saying things to him, not hitting and nothing. Right, I mean, point blank range, huge spray of mace in her face. These are the types of pop gun cunts they got on the front line doing this stuff. They handpicked these people. These are sociopaths. These are people that are not right in the head. They want to hurt people. That's why you're seeing priests get sprayed in the face. They can't wait to use their pop guns on you. This priest, a bunch of fat cunts on a roof with masks on. This priest was just standing there saying something to them up on the roof. They shot him 5 times with pepper balls. This was the video. I posted it earlier today. You can go in the post section and find it. What you see is this priest kind of like with his hands up. I guess he's talking to the cunts on the roof, destined for the lake. And they just decided we're just going to shoot him in the head, right in the top of the head. You see him get hit. You see him go like this. You see him go down. A priest, son. That's where we at. Did I tell you they were going to persecute the church? Did I tell you they were going to lock up liberals? Way back. That's 2 priests. I want people to never forget this. Because I don't care what anyone that alleges to be conservative or Jesus-y or anything. if they support the scumbag who fucking wrote this. They just of Satan's son, and they don't stand for jack shit. They don't care about abortion, little children's, Jesus, none of it. They just a liar of Satan, that's all they is. They don't care about law and order. They voted for a convicted felon's son. They don't care about pedophilia and Pizzagate, even though, again, adjudicated criminal and all the other websites, Google, took that Russian money and preached that gospel. It was right-wing gospel, son. About 20 years. Where are you people at now? Oh, that's right. You were just hypocrites that never believed in anything. Destined for the lake. I forgot. Never mind. So look at this one more time. Whenever you hear Donnie talk about law, you hear them talk about Democrats, liberals, this evil, that evil. No, here's the evil, son. And your name's on it. I suggest you get it the fuck off. This is also Trump's what you've done with your vote. This is Donnie Shitbags America, Nazi America now. Masked cunt in a car pointing a gun at American citizens. This is commonplace now, happening every day. Why? Because these people are untrained sociopaths. They have no business out there, and that's exactly why they're out there. An army is being turned loose on you. An army of low intellect, mostly fat asses, that didn't do shit in life. They all destined for the lake. Every goddamn one of them. And this is what they do. They don't know how to act in these situations. They scared. And they know one of these days some neighborhood's going to eliminate a big number of them. And that'll be the excuse Donnie's looking for. But they know that's going to happen, and they are in no way prepared to handle it. Why will it happen? Because they're going in people's apartments and homes, jumping out of vans with machine guns and masks, kidnapping and taking them away, and we never see them again. That's why. So again, you've got people without training that are willing to be sycophants and kidnap people in a mask with a machine gun for money. Do you think they're going to do the right thing out there? Again, a woman was already shot the other day. They lied about the entire incident. The officer even said before he shot the woman, "Do something, bitch." A perfect example, just like this sad, pathetic, masked fucking cunt destined for the lake. That guy that yelled, "Do something, bitch," after he hit her car and then proceeded to shoot her. He's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Psychopaths, sociopaths, wastes of oxygen that want to hurt people. A woman's been shot 5 times because Donnie is the Antichrist and wants to build a Reich and have deployed these people. That woman would have never been shot if not for you, the greedy at the top, and Donnie Shitbags. Maybe you'd still have your farm, too, if you didn't vote for him. Maybe you'd still have your business. Maybe you'd still have your government job after you just got a promotion. If you just would have voted the other way like we begged you to. What a shame. Too late now. Now it's this. Another one betraying his people as he points a weapon at Americans. As he takes Americans' money for salary. Your welfare. Your tax money. Going to cunts like this so they can drive around with a mask and point guns at people. And terrorize our communities. Fox News did to grown-ass adults what they said video games would do to kids. When I read this, I was like, that is a great fucking point. Because we've heard the right wing for how many decades, you waste of oxygen cunts. All down with Satan. We've heard constantly how rap music does things, how rock music does things, how video games do things. It's never the guns, though. Again, you Jesus-y people, you seem to love guns a lot. I don't remember Jesus carrying weapons, except for once, when he was whipping people just like you. Yeah. My girlfriend, her mother, she got turned on to Fox News many years ago. Never been the same. I'm sure a lot of you out there have someone in your family that you could tell that same story about. Fox News is a major contributor to the downfall of this country, and it's too late. We can't go back. It's already going to fall. To the downfall of this world. And to how many of our older relatives, older people, and others, looking at a world inverted because of Fox News lying to them day after day. We've seen the damage. We're living the damage now. So yeah, all that shit you people were saying for the past 40 years. Video games are making kids do this. Rock music making kids do this. Rap music making kids do this. What about you, Dad? Watching Fox News, taking in that propaganda as if it was fucking heroin. What about you, Dad? Did exactly what all you cunts said the video games were going to do. To young people. And you older folk, you're the smart ones, right? That's what you tell us all, right? That's what you tell the young people, right? Nope. You're the dead ones. You were dead before you were born. Lest ye turn away. And we're at the end. The president of Argentina, this fucking psycho. This is what he looks like. He did a rock concert or some type of concert, and he was up there screaming, and my God, this is a straight up sociopath and psychopath, this person. They wear it on their sleeve. And my God, well, the sounds coming out of that microphone. He also did Hava Nagila, because he knows the Protector of the Jews Act thing is necessary for the global right that's being built. This person is down, I'm sure. How do I know that? Well, Donnie just gave him $20 billion of your money, son. Welfare. Hey, you farmers out there that can't sell shit anymore because you voted for an orange-faced con man in a diaper. Did you get your bailout yet? After we begged you all not to vote for the cunt that just ruined your businesses again? Did you get your money yet from the government? Your handout, your socialist welfare? No? Well, this fat cunt did. Why didn't you get yours? Oh, that's because Donnie looks at you as a mark. And we tried to tell you that, and we begged you not to do it, but you knew better. So, maybe Donnie will help you next week, next month. Who the fuck knows? And then, once you spend that money, you get caught up on your bills. You still got no one to sell to, son. You know that, right? I know you do. So you're going bankrupt anyway. And Donnie going to make you, wait forever for another handout, so. That's Donnie's money, I've been trying to tell you. I was telling you that before the election. I was telling you, cunts, that back during the court videos. All the cunt lawyers and executives that were watching those. And I know they were, son. They love me at Google. They pay all kind of attention to me. Fox News that gets a $750 million defamation settlement? Nah, find a broadcast. Tim Pool, verified Russian, paid Russian shill or paid shill for Russia? Find a broadcast. Alex Jones coming back soon, too. $1 billion defamation. Just got to start that pilot program. I can't even do a live stream. All the smart people that think they're so smart. I can't wait to see their faces, and I will see them. At the lake, son. You didn't know? After Trump sent his buddy Milei $20 billion to prop up their economy as they take market share from our farmers, Milei did a concert to promote his book, plus salvage his election, while sprinkling in Hava Nagila to show fealty to Israel. It's not just fealty to Israel. Certain leaders around the world, you'll notice by who Donnie likes and gives $20 billion to. They know this protector of the Jews bullshit is the act right now. Until they go full Reich and start exterminating them. This guy knows that. That's why he did Hava Nagila. Plus, you got a lot of Jews, or excuse me, ex-Nazis down in Argentina, right? It's not fealty to Israel. It's another actor taking part in we're the protector of the Jews people. Until we put them in gas chambers and camps. That's going to happen. You saw the Nazi salute, right, son? You know what that means, right? That means they don't like Jews, Christians, ethnic minorities. They say they don't like gays, but, half the Reich, current Reich and the old one were gay. Yet they're always talking about how they don't like gays. Kind of interesting. Again, people like Altman, people like Greasy Pete, and Leon too. I'm not convinced Leon's straight. They betraying their people. Every second, every day. As they take welfare from those very people. Gays in America that pay taxes. Isn't it incredible? So this guy took the $20 billion and he did a concert. I wonder how much of your money paid for that concert. So he could get it on stage and jump around and yell and pretend he's a rock star like he's always wanted to be. It was pathetic to watch, and this guy has the eyes, and you know what I mean by the eyes? The dictator eyes. He wants to be one too. Written all fucking over him. And again, I just want to remind the rubes, the people losing their farms and businesses. Donnie made sure this fat cunt in Argentina got $20 billion of your money before any legislation for farmers was discussed, let alone checks cut, son. You fucked. And what are you going to do after you catch up on your bills with whatever little money he's going to give you? You still got no trading partner. Good luck with that. Again, that's why your country's over, son. You watch the evil. You watch the people screaming their heads off every day not to do it, not to vote for it, not to support it, not to ruin your business, ruin everyone's life over it. We cared more about you than you do, son. Can you believe it? Like I've said so many times, no one was trying to trick you. You're not smart. We were begging you for righteousness' sake, son, not to do it. Why? Because a lot of us knew that if this guy had unchecked power, forget it, the whole planet's fucked. especially America. That's where we're at now. You're watching it all slip away and die. And no one's going to stop it. That's what I've been trying to tell you, Rubes and the Greedy at the top again, before the election. And for 10 years. No one's going to come save your ass when this whole thing hits the fan. And it will, I promise you, because of you. And who you gave the keys to. And that goes all the way up to the top CEO, all the way down to the lowest meth head Rube. What you people have done, what you are a part of right now, let's break it down and then I will end this piece of shit. You are now the party of pedophilia, crime, rape, threats and intimidation. You are now part of the Reich. You are part of children starving. You made that happen. You cheered for it. You are part of children being separated from their parents. You are part of people being rounded up at gunpoint by men with masks that jump out of vans. You are part of the concentration camp party. Does that sound like something to you that you may have heard of before? The Nazis, indeed. You're them now. You're of Satan. You need to turn the other way. You won't. You think you're smart. You know better. That's why it's all over. Have a great day.